Hi again, everybody. In our first video, we looked at equivalent fractions or equivalent ratios. They are a form of proportion, and today we're going to look more at the logic behind proportional reasoning. I think in the real world, this is fairly intuitive to a lot of people. So I'm going to try to do this without any numbers and just show you the reasoning behind it. So if I were to draw a snowman, there's the body of my snowman. There's the head of my snowman. We can have a proportional snowman that's either bigger or smaller, but long as they're in the same proportion. So I think people can do this fairly intuitively. So if I had a body this big, how big should the head be on it? So if your first inclination is to draw that, that's something completely different, and that's called an inverse proportion. That's not what we're dealing with today. So we're just basically looking at a snowman that's smaller or bigger. So if I need to draw the head on top of the snowman, people can usually see that if I draw a head that's this big, it clearly looks wrong. It's too small. If I drew a head that was this big, again, it looks wrong. It's too big. So if I need to draw the correct head, it's probably somewhere about like that. That seems pretty obvious to most people. So with proportional reasoning, what we're going to do is we're going to think of this kind of as a relationship between this snowman and this snowman, but there's also a relationship between the heads and the bodies. So I could kind of draw this as a grid. So we can divide this up. So we've got a big snowman on the left. I'm going to say big, and we've got a small snowman on the right. But there's also a division across here. And so here I could say we have the head, and we could say the body. So there's this kind of grid system, and I could fill this in as a box like this. So there's a relationship here between the left side, the right side, the top, the bottom. So let's take a look at it in a different way. If I've just got a simple grid, this goes for almost any proportional reasoning. We've got a left side, we've got a right side. And what we're saying is there's a relationship between everything on this left side. Likewise, there's a relationship between everything on the right side. But there's also a top and a bottom. So there's a relationship between everything on the top, and there is also a relationship with everything on the bottom. So what this means is that when we're setting up a proportional reasoning with a problem, we've got to keep this in mind. So we can't have things kind of cross it. So like the head of the snowman can't be here and here. It's going to be along the top in both positions. And the body of the snowman is going to be on the bottom in both cases. So this is just a simple way of kind of thinking about how to set up a proportional reasoning question. So in the next video, we're actually going to look at some word problems, and we're going to use this model to fill in the proportional reasoning template here so that we can solve pretty much anything that has a equivalent ratio relationship. All right, thank you.